exhale it all out. Just close the eyes for a moment, see how that feels. And then carefully come off the chair. And maybe you can stand behind the chair. We'll do some standing forward folds here. So you don't want to hit your head on the chair. So let's reach the arms up to the ceiling to start with. Just bend one way, then the other way. Just bend one way and the other way, nice and easy. And feel that in the obliques, those little side muscles, back and forth. And back to center. And then arms out to the sides and twist one way, then the other way. Even off the sides, come back to center. Right hand down, left hand up and over, bending over to the right. And come back to center, drop the left hand down, right hand up and over to the left. And come back to center. Drop the hands down alongside the body and roll the shoulders a couple times forward, a couple times back, and see me create a full rotation, full range of motion. And come back to center. Reach the arms up to the ceiling. Drop down into chair. Come back to standing. Bring the palms together, look up at the thumbs. Take a little back bend here. Just a little one, maybe just a quarter of an inch. Come back to center. Reach the arms forward. Drop down into chair with the arms forward. And place the hands on the chair as we move into a little cat-cow, articulating the vertebrae in the spine, dropping the belly down, looking up at the ceiling, engaging the core muscles and rounding the back as you exhale. Make sure all of the breath is out as you press the belly against the spine. Just continue on with your own rhythm. And one more time, come to neutral spine. Let the belly engage. Take the right hand to the front of the room. Take the left leg back and breathe. Feel that engagement. And then bring it down. And left hand to the front of the room. Right leg back. Breathe. Bring everything down. Right hand up to the ceiling. Place it on the small of the back and just let the right shoulder open up a little bit. And then take the right hand up to the ceiling and bring it underneath 3 times, underneath and across. Just again, we're warming up those twisting muscles. And then bring it down. And go to the other side. Take the left hand out, up to the ceiling, small of the back, and give it a couple breaths here. Just naturally letting the left shoulder open up, not really forcing anything. And then left hand up to the ceiling, and 3 times underneath. And bring everything down. Now we're going to press into the chair, walk the feet back just till you feel engagement. Going to drop the hips down, lift the heart up. Press back, down dog. Walk the feet forward and come up to standing. Reach the arms to the ceiling. Drop down into chair. Up to standing. Back bend. Back to neutral. Bring the hands to the heart. And step the left leg back for warrior one. Left leg back, warrior one. Bring the hands to the heart. Open up, warrior two. Warrior two. One hand forward, one hand back, legs apart. The front palm is up. Inhale, reverse, right hand to the ceiling. Exhale, airplane the arms behind you. Drop the head down towards the right knee as you reach the arms up. I'm going to come up into back bend, reach the arms forward and up to the ceiling into a little back bend. Come back to neutral. Hands to the heart. Open up, warrior two. Front palm up, inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle pose. Elbow to knee, left hand up. Left hand over the left ear and reach. Left hand up to the ceiling. Inhale, reverse. Right hand up to the ceiling. Exhale, airplane the arms behind you. Ball mount to the back foot. Lift the back leg without momentum. Step back, warrior two. Hands down to the chair and walk the feet back. Drop the hips down, lift the heart up. Press back, down dog. Walk the feet forward and come up to standing. Bring the hands to the heart. Take a little back bend from here. Come back to center. Reach the arms to the ceiling. Drop down into chair. Back up to standing. Hands to the heart. And step the right leg back for warrior one. Bring the hands to the heart. Open up, warrior two. Front palm up. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle pose. Top hand over the ear. Reach, extend. Right hand up to the ceiling. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, airplane the arms behind you and drop the head down towards the left knee. Arms reach up. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, airplane the arms behind you. Ball mount to the back foot. Lift the back leg up, airplane. Step back, warrior two. Hands down to the chair. Walk the feet back, high push-up. Drop the hips down, lift the heart up. Press back, down dog. Walk the feet forward, come up to standing. Reach the arms to the ceiling. Drop down into chair. Come up to standing. Take a little back bend. Come back to center. Hands to the heart. Step the left leg back for warrior two. Left leg back, warrior two. Front palm up, inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle pose. Top hand behind the back in a bind. Open up that left shoulder. Now stay here and just slowly straighten that front leg. Slowly straighten that front leg. Let that front hand come down wherever it needs to come down. Good. Right hand to the front of the room, palm up. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, airplane the arms behind you. Straightening that front leg and dropping the chin down towards that right knee. Maybe you can bring the hands onto the chair. Maybe you could lift the back leg up. Maybe you could bring the arms back into airplane, or maybe just one arm. Step back, warrior two. Hands down to the chair. And walk the feet back. High push-up. Drop the hips down. Lift the heart up. Press back, down dog. Walk the feet forward and come up to standing. Bring the hands behind the small of the back and palms to the small of the back. Guide the hips forward, lift the chest up, drop the head back. Come back to neutral. Reach the arms to the ceiling. Drop down into chair. Come back up to standing. Bring the hands to the heart. And step the right leg back for warrior two. Front palm up. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle pose. Top hand behind the back in a bind and open up at the right shoulder. Bottom hand to the front, palm up. Inhale, reverse, left hand to the ceiling. Exhale, airplane the arms behind you. Ball mount to the back foot. Lift the back leg up. Hands down to the chair. You decide you want to take one hand back, both hands back. Step back, warrior two. Front palm up, inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle pose. Top hand behind the back in a bind. Slowly straighten that front leg. Inhale, reverse. Hands down to the chair. Walk the feet back, high push-up. Drop the hips down, lift the heart up. Press back, down dog. Walk the feet forward and come up to standing. Reach the arms to the ceiling. Drop down into chair. Come up to standing. Take a little back bend. And come back to center. Hands to the heart. And step the left leg back for warrior two. Straighten the front leg, send the hips back, reach forward, and tilt into triangle pose. Arms out to the sides, to the front, place them on the chair, and straighten the front leg. Carefully take the right hand out to the side, bring it up to the ceiling. Place it on the small of the back, opening up the right shoulder. Stay here or put a bend in the front leg. See if you can get the back leg to loose. Place the back leg down. Left hand to the front of the room. Windmill around warrior two. Hands down to the chair. Walk the feet back, high push-up. Drop the hips down, lift the heart up. Press back, down dog. Walk the feet forward, come up to standing. Take a little back bend. Back to center. Arms to the ceiling. Drop down into chair. Back up to standing. Hands to the heart. Step the right leg back for warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Send the hips back, reach forward and tilt into triangle pose. Arms out to the sides. Reach them towards the chair. Place them on the chair. Straighten the front leg. Left hand out to the side. Up to the ceiling. Place it on the small of the back. Open up the left shoulder. Stay here or put a bend in the front leg. Stay here or see if you can lift the back leg up. Plant the back foot down. Come windmilling around warrior two. Hands down to the chair and walk the feet back. I push up. Drop the hips down. Lift the heart up. Press back. Down dog. Walk the feet forward and come up to standing. Reach the arms to the ceiling. Drop down into chair. Come up to standing. Take a little back bend. Come back to center. Bring the hands to the heart. And step the left leg back for warrior two. Front palm up. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, airplane the arms behind you. Ball mount of the back foot. Reach the arms to the front of the room. Stay here or see if you could lift the back leg up, even if it's only an inch. If you've lifted it, bring it back down and reach the arms up to the ceiling. Bring the hands to the heart. Lengthen up and twist to your right. Open the arms from the front to the back of the room. Front palm up, inhale, reverse. Windmill all the way around, 5-point star. Toes face the outside. Reach up to the ceiling, take a little back bend. And come back to center. Bring the hands on the hips. With the core engaged, fold forward. Now start running the hands down the legs, stopping where you need to stop. If you get all the way down, then bring the hands towards the center under the face. If you've gotten that far, then walk the hands back towards the heels. If you've gotten back towards the heels, walk them back in front of the face. Now walk them up the legs until you get to the hips and bring the hands onto the hips. With the core engaged, come all the way up to standing. Warrior two towards your chair. Hands down to the chair. Walk the feet back, high push-up. Drop the hips down, lift the heart up. Press back, down dog. Walk the feet forward. Come up to standing. Reach the arms forward. Bring the legs out hip width apart. And drop down into chair. Bikram's chair, so the arms are forward. Come up to standing and take a little back bend. Come back to center. Reach the arms forward. This time, see if you can come up onto the ball mounts of the feet. See if you can lift the heels a little bit. Now, see if you can come down halfway. Come up to standing. Good. Flatten the feet, hands to the heart, and step the right leg back for warrior two. Front palm up, inhale, reverse. Exhale, airplane the arms behind you. Ball mount of the back foot. Reach the arms forward. Stay here or see if you can lift the back leg up, even if you have to grab the chair. Now, come back up or back to the ball mount, arms to the ceiling, crescent lunge. Hands to the heart. Inhale, lengthen up and twist to your left this time. Open the arms front to the back of the room. Front palm up, inhale, reverse. Windmill all the way around to 5-point star. Little back bend here. Back to center, drop the hands behind the back and clasp them. Shoulder blades together, open the chest. Core engaged, fold forward, arms up the back. Bring the hands on the hips, bring the hands on the thighs. Bend one leg and straighten the other. Just go back and forth, the hands on the thighs. Now come back to center, even them off, and drop the hands farther down the legs, maybe down to the knees, maybe below the knees. But keep the hands off of the knees and just back and forth from here a couple of times. Back to center. Now one more time, let's bring the arms the lowest to the lowest point. This will be the last one, so you can bring them all the way down to the floor if you do that, or bring them lower on the legs or keep them up on the thighs, and then bend one leg, straighten the other. And then even the sides up. Bring the hands on the legs and walk them up halfway, and bring the thumbs to the heart. The core engaged, come all the way up to standing. Warrior two to the front. Hands down to the chair. Walk the feet back, high push-up. Drop the hips down, lift the heart up. Press back, down dog. Walk the feet forward. Come up to standing. And walk it out, grab a drink. Take a tiny little break. All right. Let's do a balance pose. Let's do tree pose. Press into the right foot, bring the left foot up wherever it needs to be, or keep it down. Maybe you reach the arms up. Maybe you're ready to go into airplane. Maybe you can bring the knee to the chest and the hands to the ceiling. Maybe you can come back into a tree. Hands to the heart and release down. Excellent job. All right. That's a good point. If you want to hold it longer than I'm saying, I'm kind of watching you guys. So, if you hold it longer, I'll wait. So get the most out of it. If you feel you need to stay in something longer than what I'm cueing. Other side. Press into the left foot. And again, maybe into airplane. Knee to the chest, hands to the ceiling. Back to tree. Hands to the heart. And release out of that and walk it out. Good job. All right. Left hand on the chair, right hand reaches back for the foot. Bringing the right heel into the right glute. Maybe the hand stays down or maybe it lifts up into a balance. Either way, you're getting something out of this. And then release from there. Walk it out a little bit and we'll come to the other side. Bringing the right hand onto the chair and the left hand reaches back for the top of the left foot, bringing the left heel into the glute. Then maybe the right hand comes off. And then release. Good. Find our way onto the belly. Let's do this. Let's find our way into the back of the mat. Instead of going onto the belly, let's go to the back of the mat and take a squat first. Let's go to the back of the mat and take a squat first. Just let the hips go. Now, if you need something, of course, you hang on to the wall or whatever is handy. Good. All right, and then work your way. I'll give you the choice. You could work your way into a high push-up from there and come down to the belly, or just come down to the belly. So however you want to do that. And then rest on the cheek when you get down there and let the arms go back. I'll lift the head up and just turn to the other side. So you're getting a little bit of a stretch in the neck muscles here. Come back to center and bring the hands alongside. Let's do this. Let's bring the left hand out wide, right hand in push-up mode, and just roll into that right shoulder. And come back to center and the other side. Roll into the right shoulder and come back to center. Reach the arms behind you, palms down. Lift the arms up towards the ceiling, shoulder blades together, and engage. Lift whatever you can lift. Breathe. And release down. Hands alongside the rib cage. And lift the heart up. Maybe a couple of times up and down, or maybe just bring it up and holding it, whatever appeals to you here. And coming back down. Coming up onto all fours. And bringing the knees nice and wide and pressing back to child's pose. Now keep the knees wide, come back to all fours. I think we tried this the other day, so be careful it doesn't work in your body. Don't do. We're going to try to drop the hips down and lift the heart up. So drop the hips down. It's like a up dog. So you're bringing the hips, you're up on all fours, and then you're just dropping the hips down and lifting the heart up. So it's like a cobra pose or an up dog. That's it. Now, if you want to try bringing the feet up to the ceiling from this position, that's the next challenge here. Good. And then release all the way down. Come up onto all fours. And sit back on the heels. Sit back on the heels. And straighten the legs and bring the palms to the small of the back as you guide the hips forward and lift the chest up and drop the head back. It's a camel pose. And come back to center. I'm going to try one more here. Come up to tall arms. Now roll the toes under. Roll the toes under. Come up onto tall legs, I should say. Tall legs. And roll the toes under, though, so that the feet are high. Now reach the hands up to the ceiling. And then bring them behind the back like we were in the first one. And then guide the hips forward, lift the chest up. And then see if you can drop one hand back towards the heel. See if you could catch the heel. That's it. That's it. And then release that, and then see if you can catch the other heel with the other hand. So, yeah. Hips stay forward. Good, and then come back. Good job. All right, come back to all fours and roll the toes under. Down dog. Walk the hands to the feet or the feet to the hands and come up to standing. And walk it out a little bit. Maybe you need to grab another drink. And when you're ready, come over to the chair. We'll take our right foot up onto the chair. Right foot up onto the chair and the hands inside. Right foot onto the chair, hands inside. Arms are long or bending at the elbows. Arms can stay here or right arm can come up and behind the back in a bind. You can stay here or bend the left elbow coming down towards the forearm. And release. And come off the chair, pedal it out a little bit. And bring the left foot up onto the chair, hands inside. And bend at the elbows. Again, stay here, or take the left hand up to the ceiling behind the back in a bind. Stay here or bend the right elbow. And release and come off the chair. Pedal everything out. Bring the ball mount of the right foot up onto the chair, letting most of the foot fall off. Bring the hands on the top of the thigh and guide the knee forward until you get the stretch that you want in that calf muscle. And bring that foot off and bring the other foot up. Same thing on this side. And release, come off. Half pigeon on the right foot. Half pigeon, so the right foot comes in front of the left. And you use that back foot, that back leg as a lever to determine how much weight you want to put on that front hip. And then carefully remove the leg from the chair, pedal it out a little bit, make sure everything's feeling all right, and we'll come to the left side. Half pigeon on the left side. And carefully come off the chair. Pedal everything out, make sure it feels all right. And bring the right heel up onto the chair, right heel up onto the chair. And then you determine if you're going to lean, how much you're going to lean forward, or where you're going to put the hands. And then work your way off the chair and to the other side. And carefully come off the chair. Filled it out, we can go back to our mats, into staff pose. The legs are long, upper torso is up. Let's start out with the right hand up to the ceiling, outside the left ear. Guide the right ear down towards the right shoulder, stretching out the neck. And carefully release that. And we'll come to the other side, left hand up outside the right ear. Carefully guide the left ear down towards the left shoulder. and then come back up. With the big inhale, we're going to reach the arms up to the ceiling. Little softness in the knees. You reach forward on the exhale, lengthening out. And release. Reach the arms to the ceiling. I'm going to turn towards the right foot, so it's, not much of a turn, and extend towards that right foot like you're going to grab the foot. Maybe you can grab the foot with both hands. And release back up. And turn towards the opposite foot and release. And again, if you can grab the foot with both hands, do it. And release. Now open up the legs nice and wide. I'm going to reach the arms up to the ceiling. Going to fold down the middle on the exhale. Now walk the hands over to each feet, 1 foot or 1 hand per foot. So left to the right and the right to the left. Grab, so you have both feet. So you have both feet, yeah. And then just bring the hands up on the legs all the way up. So you're coming all the way back up to sitting. That's it. And then bring the bottoms of the feet together for cobbler pose. Lengthen up and fold forward. And release and lengthen the legs. Put a bend in the right leg. Now take that right foot and place it outside the left foot. Just lift it over. Take the left elbow outside the right knee. Take the left hand and reach it behind you and place it on the floor. Now press in, lift up and twist to your right. And come back to center. Extend both legs. Other side. Bend the left leg. Place it outside the right leg. Left hand on the floor. Right elbow or forearm outside the left knee. Inhale, lift, exhale, twist. Good, and come back to center and extend the legs. Put a bend in both legs. Hands behind the thighs. You could extend one leg out or both if you're ready for that. Reaching the arms forward, up to the ceiling, and find your way onto your back. Put a bend in the knees, bring the hands behind the head. Now, we're going to bring the right elbow towards the left knee, right elbow towards the left knee, and bring it down. Left elbow towards the right knee. Bring it down. Now, we're going to take the right knee towards the left elbow. Just bring it up. All right, and now complete it by bringing the elbow up. Yes, that's it. And come down. I'm going to do that same thing on the other side. Start with the knee first, and then bring that right elbow up towards it. That's it. And come back down and release. Keep the legs bent. Bring the hands alongside the body, palms down, and press up into bridge pose. And come back down. One more time, come up. come back down. Now we're going to add the arms. We're going to bring the arms up to the ceiling and behind you along with lifting the hips. Synchronize the movement. Inhale, lift everything up. Arms come up and behind you. And everything back down. Bottoms of the feet together, knees fall open, cobbler pose. Let's bring the knees together. Hands alongside. Let's take the right leg over the left. Let's bring the arms out to the sides. Scoot the hips over to your right and let the legs fall to your left. Again, the shoulder blades tight to the mat. Come back to center. Left leg over the right. Scoot the hips over to your left and let the legs fall to the right. And come back to center. Hands alongside the body, unwind the legs. Now use the core muscles to bring the knees into the chest and up to the ceiling. We'll take a couple of breaths here, just reversing the flow of gravity here, the flow of blood that works down into the upper extremities. See if you can tilt the feet towards the head a little. Maybe it's only an inch. Just bring them back. Yes. And then back to center and bend at the knees and see if you can grab the tops of the feet. Happy baby. Bring the knees down alongside the rib cage. And then bring the hands down alongside the body. Reach the feet back up to the ceiling. Bring the toes towards you as you press the heels up. Put a slight bend in the knees and then bring them all the way down to the mat, the floor. When you get to the floor, stretch out. Reach the arms behind you. Lengthen out. Then bring the hands alongside the body. This time palms up. One more time. Take a deep breath in as you expand the belly here. And exhale it out. Take another deep breath in, expanding the belly. As you exhale it out, close the eyes. And feel yourself dropping into a deep state of relaxation. All the muscles are relaxed. You feel the shoulders drop. Everything is letting go. And you feel yourself melting into the mat. Now start to increase the breath and wiggle the fingers on the toes. Maybe you bend at the knees and move the knees back and forth. Or maybe you roll onto one side. Find your way up to a sitting position. And we'll end our session with 3 deep breaths together. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Bring the thumbs to the forehead. We all bow forward, and all together we say, Namaste. All right.